How do you know when you have permission to use content on the internet? You and I probably didn't receive any training on copyright when we were in school. It's important to understand that this is a federally protected class, 3 different pieces of intellectual property. 1 is copyright, 2 is trademark, 3 is patents. Copyright is when you create a literary or artistic work and you maintain the right as the original creator that you can license, you can sell, you can use it any way that you like. If you have a trademark, that's like the Nike swoosh or the McDonald's arches. It's a mark that is recognizable for a brand. A patent is, of course, you have figured out a new way to do something, you created something new, you file a patent, and you own that patent. That doesn't mean that people aren't going to make the product that you designed. You now have to defend it in court. So having your own patent doesn't necessarily make you rich. Having any of these things doesn't necessarily make you rich. Because if somebody violates your right of copyright, trademark, or patent, you have to take them to court and pay for it. Now let's focus on copyright for a minute. When you're searching on the internet and you are looking for, let's say, a photo of a young girl laughing, when you look for that and whatever it is you find in a search engine, you probably don't have the right to use. Even if you use the filter in Google that says it's safe search or you can use it or license free, whatever they're using for that phrase today, they weren't necessarily, the original creator didn't necessarily post that photo on the internet. So you still might be violating somebody's copyright. When you're on social and you see a share button, that's a pretty safe bet you'll be okay because the person shared it on social, you hit the share button and it attributes to the original poster. Now, if they aren't the original creator, then you're in the clear. This is not legal advice, but you're pretty much in the clear because you weren't the original poster. So don't worry so much about hitting the share button on social media. But this is about when you're looking for a piece of content and you want to share it or use it for some reason. I want to give you 3 tactics to help you ensure that you don't violate someone else's copyright. 1, create the content yourself. Set up your own smartphone, DSLR camera, and capture that content for yourself. Create a shot list, plan ahead, and get it all set up and shoot multiple videos or photos in one sitting to make the best use of your time. 2 is use a designation that's called Creative Commons License 0. That is when a photographer or videographer, other creator, they put their work into the public domain. One of my favorite sites that adheres to the rules of Creative Commons License 0 is Unsplash, unsplash.com. There's lots of others. I have a whole bunch of them bookmarked, but that's the easiest one to remember. And if I want young girl laughing, I type it in and it shows up, and photographers have given their content away and it's okay for me to use it. Creative Commons License 0 or CC 0 also means that I can edit the image and I don't have to cite the original creator. It's fantastic. You can also buy stock photos, but that is not sustainable for the long term because they're expensive. The 3rd tactic is to hire a professional, a photographer, videographer, or some other type of creator. This is really good to do because, right, it's expensive, but it's worth it. So keep your money for things like I have a book coming out, so I'll be doing a photo shoot for the book cover and all of the marketing that goes with it. I've redesigned my website recently, so I hired a photographer to take those really high quality photographs that are on my website. But for social media content, you can take it yourself. But know, when you run a really important shot, hiring a professional is a really good idea. Those are 3 ways you can make sure not to violate somebody else's copyright. I've got a blog linked in the comments that you can learn much more about those details and learn how to protect yourself and not steal.